Today is December 21st. Now, traditionally in old Germanic tribes and even in some of the Anglo-Saxon tribes, this is called Mother's Night in their various languages. Mother's Night on December 21st was a time when these old tribes looked to the maternal ancestor for guidance, for reverence, and really kind of took this time out to remember them and appreciate them. It's a time about the divine feminine. It's a time where we focus in that. Now, this is not to be mistaken with the Disseblot. Some people do say that. They're like, oh, well, isn't Disseblot in December too? Like, isn't there also something about, the female ancestors and all that? And they're confusing that with Mother's Night. So that's what Mother's Night is. Now, I didn't grow up traditionally celebrating it with my Scandinavian culture. Again, it was more of a primarily, I would say, more of the later Germanic tribes and the Anglo-Saxon tribes. But it's definitely a Norse tribal thing. So even though Disseblot tends to be in like February, sometimes March, this is a night when we recognize the ancestors, the divine feminine, the mothers that have come before us, because it is representing the symbol of rebirth. And whenever we're talking about the end of a cycle and it's the shortest day of the year, and starting tomorrow it starts to get the days get a little bit longer. It's that cyclical rebirth type of thing. We're going to always have that being associated with females and with mothers. So the other thing I want to mention is tonight is also traditionally when we talk about the wild hunt. Now, this was something that was more in my wheelhouse growing up. And that is Odin's ride across the sky on Sleipnir, bringing with him all his elves and trolls and Jotnar and things like that. And it is said on this night that if you go out by yourself, you need to really be careful, because Odin might be floating on by and they could snatch you up and you become part of the dead entourage, the ghosts that are doing this. So the wild hunt is also something to be very mindful of right now. So that being the solstice, Mother's Night, all these things, very, very interesting. Think about that tonight as we have the shortest day of the year and the longest night of the year. I think it's in your best interest just to give an offering regardless. Can't hurt.